Hey guys, Daniel here and welcome back to another video. Here today I want to talk about the potential end of Voyager Digital, or at least that's what some people and investors are calling it. I hope to identify some of the problems that the Voyager platform has been facing, talk a little bit about the seriousness of these problems, and just generally talk about the solutions that can fix these problems over the next couple of weeks. And then lastly, we're going to go through my opinions on exactly what's happening, if I'm worried, if I'm not worried, and my thinking with Voyager over both the short term and the long term. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't joined the Finance Channel Discord server yet, make sure to do that. It's the first link in the description down below. Now, I originally found this problem by scrolling through Voyager's Twitter page, where a lot of customers like to express the feelings they're feeling towards the platform. And when I looked, this is from a couple weeks ago, things have changed in recent times, but you can see that a lot of customers are feeling a little disappointed due to three main things. One, Voyager re-implementing the waitlist, having to wait a couple weeks to actually get onto the Voyager platform. Reason number two, there are problems with deposits. Customers are having trouble depositing their money onto the Voyager platform as it's taking a little longer than usual. Number three, this is the last one, customers having trouble withdrawing their money. Now, this is the most problematic one in my opinion, as customers are having trouble, taking their money away from Voyager as it's taking a little longer than usual. Now, when we look at each of these problems, I think each of them fall under a different category of seriousness. When we consider the waitlist, I think the waitlist is very unproblematic. Let me explain. When we think about the waitlist, this is something that stops the platform from crashing. It's implemented in times where Voyager's demand, or the demand for Voyager's platform, is at extraordinary levels, like in early March, when Voyager was number 4th in the App Store for finance-related apps. We've covered this on the channel, and because of that, they had to implement the waitlist. This prioritizes current customers and stops the platform from completely crashing. We see platforms like potentially Coinbase or Gemini back in their very early days completely crashing due to sudden spikes in demand. So just generally seeing this waitlist isn't that bad. It's prioritizing current customers, which is very good, and honestly gives us a good gauge of exactly how much demand there is for the Voyager platform at a given time. Now, I'm going to show you guys a letter here from the Voyager CEO, and the one thing we got to focus on right here, this paragraph. As a result of these protection enhancement measures, some customers are experiencing delays, which we are working to resolve as quickly as possible. We are prioritizing transactions, withdrawals, and service requests for our customers as we put new systems into place. You can expect withdrawal times to improve, customer service responses times to shorten, and the new customer wait list to be lifted. Now, when we look at each of these problems here, you'll see that the customer wait list is on the bottom of their prioritization. They want to take care of all of their other problems before they take a look at the waitlist and assess the problem there. Once they lift the waitlist, that's when essentially the Voyager platform will be completely back to normal. Now, when we look at an issue potentially like the deposits, this is something we got some good news on just yesterday. Voyager CEO Steve Ehrlich sent another letter, and again, I'm just going to focus on the highlight right here. On Friday, April 9th, we sent all open deposits to our payment processor. This means that these open fiat deposits should clear through the banking system by Monday, April 19th. Deposits submitted after April 9th will fall within our normal 5 to 7 business day window unless flagged for additional review. Now, this is very, very good news, guys. This was sent last night. I saw this, and it's obviously very good news. It means that, Voyager is now, on track when it comes to the deposit problem, which essentially now leaves just the waitlist problem and the withdrawal problem. And withdrawals is something I want to really focus in on right now. When we talk about withdrawals, this is something very, very important. Customers should have the flexibility to take their money out of Voyager, essentially on a very flexible basis, whenever you want. Now, what we're seeing currently is essentially customers having to wait several weeks to essentially take their money out of Voyager. Now, originally, the payment, or not the payment, but the time to do this takes, roughly 5 to 7 business days. And now, again, it's taking a few weeks. Some customers are having to wait even longer. Now, what's going to solve this problem is essentially Voyager finishing this upgrade of their system, right? They've talked about this a lot. Them upgrading their entire system to allow for more users, quicker times for, like withdrawals and deposits and whatnot. Once they finish upgrading the system, which, who knows, to be completely honest, how long this will take, this problem should go away. Now, I'm going to try and get in touch with Voyager and, get a little more info about this withdrawal problem that we're having here. As in my opinion, the only thing that we should be worried about right now is this withdrawal issue, as essentially the waitlist. This isn't an issue. This is, just Voyager being very responsible in keeping customer acquisition at a reasonable pace, rather. When we look at deposits, this problem just got fixed yesterday, and we should see deposits starting to come into the Voyager platform at a quicker pace. And now we look at withdrawals. This is their next problem. They're really prioritizing this now, and it's very good to see Voyager really hitting each of these off one by one. When we look at Steve Ehrlich, the CEO, this guy has been working his butt off on Twitter. You look at his Twitter account and you see so many replies from the guy talking to different customers. When you submit a request to Voyager, you get like a ticket number. He's asking for people's tickets numbers, trying to identify the problems, finding solutions. This guy is working non-stop, and I think this really speaks to the caliber of the Voyager team. Currently, they're right around 100 members. By the end of the year, they plan to expand that to 300 people, or 300 workers, obviously. So, as they expand, we'll get through this. Every platform faces bumps along the way. Eventually, this problem with Voyager will go away, and we won't have to worry about it. I think this is just one of those times where we just got to go through it. Now, when we look at the stock here, I'm going to show you, I think it's actually held up very, very well in this situation. I was worried about potentially investors panicking about the situation and thinking that Voyager, is a platform that won't be able to handle any growth, but it really isn't like that. As they continue to expand, I hope this is the last time they face issues like this. The more this happens, the more they learn. And, as they continue to upgrade their systems, once they do, they'll be able to, handle a lot more users, and this problem with the waitlist, with the deposits, with the withdrawals should go away. Now, when we look at the stock here, again, it's held up very well. Now, what I'm doing, Voyager makes up a little over 40% of my portfolio, and I think the situation that we're going through now will be a big determining factor in my confidence in Voyager for the long run. If we get a situation where potentially over the next week or two, we go back to normal, my confidence in Voyager actually increases because it shows me the management has the capability to handle problems like this. But if this becomes more of an elongated issue where, it might be a few weeks to a couple months before we, have some sort of improvement with withdrawals, with the waitlist, now this becomes a little bit more of an issue. Now, I personally think it's another couple weeks before we get the Voyager platform back up and running. Hopefully that's the case. If it is, I do not think this is an issue whatsoever. Every platform, a lot of the cryptocurrency platforms like Coinbase and Gemini, those are just a few examples, but they all faced outages at some points in their essentially their lifespans, right? And Voyager is no different to that, but using that waitlist helps minimize the amount of times that the platform crashes. So we haven't seen a crash since January, and obviously that's where they implemented that waitlist. But hopefully, fingers crossed, management gets this under control. I'm going to keep digging into this for you guys and just update you on anything new that I find. If you have any information on this kind of like withdrawal issue that we're seeing, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I really appreciate any of you guys watching this video. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great day.